play it on Xbox One.
Hello guys and welcome to our Forza Horizon 4 stream live here from our Playground Games studio. I'm your host Retro Crystal and today we're celebrating something just a little bit special as it is our 1 year anniversary of Forza Horizon 4. And as you can see, this is as decorative as it gets. So I know people ask for cake, we don't have cake. But we got hats, I mean, close. Blue. Yes, we have balloons. But with me today, we have none other than the guys here from the team. So we're going to start off. Mike Brown, how are you, Mike?
I'm feeling really good, thanks, yeah.
Good. So we're going to start off asking the usual question, but what is your favourite moment from Forza Horizon 4? Because, you know, we're celebrating it.
Yeah, I think for me, it would have to be launch day and that launch day stream, I think, because that's kind of the culmination of years of work and sweat and a lot of lack of surety on what's going to be success, what's not. So I think when you hit that launch day and finally players have got it in their hands for the first time, and you're getting all that feedback and everyone's telling you how much they're loving everything, and you know things like our servers didn't collapse, and you know the game more or less worked. all of that relief met with all the positive response from fans. I think is probably the best moment for me.
Right. So moving on to the other side, Torben, what's your best moment?
Wow, so many of them. I think a little thing that I really enjoyed was the way that we worked with the game to build new modes for it. Drift Adventure is what I'm thinking about. Looked at fans who were playing the game in that way, talked to fans about how we could build it, built it, put it out, tweaked it. My head is falling apart, it's great. See, my head is excited about it.
Exactly. Thanks, Torben. And moving on, we've got Pickers.
Hey,
how are you?
Doing? Yeah, I'm good, thanks, you.
I'm good. What's your favourite moment then?
Yeah, there are a lot. I think similar to Mike, mine's probably E3 because that was the first time the public got to see the game and the hype was real at that point. But also when we won a BAFTA, that was pretty cool as well.
That's pretty cool. And finally at the end, Chris.
Hey, Retro.
Hey, what was your favourite moment?
It's got to be Top Gear for me. I grew up watching
Nice
Top
story.
Gear, so getting to work with them was fantastic.
Good moment, yep. So guys, I bet I can tell some of you have been excited, so why don't we show you what's coming up in the stream? Oh no. So starting off, we've got our festival playlist showing you what's coming up within the next few seasons, followed by some brand new cars, which I think we've been teasing a little bit. We've also got, as you might have guessed from Torben Tuesday, our cash for car wheel spins, which will give you a little bit more information later on in the stream. We've got our photo slideshow, which was sent in by you guys, the community, followed by some route blueprint recaps, also some brand new achievements, which we'll let you guys know later. Also, we've got a little bit of a recap of the past 12 months, because yet again, we are celebrating it, so we want to show you everything that we've been able to give you guys within the past year. And also, we'll finish off with some updates and fixes. And we're not too sure, but if we do have any time left, we might hit Q&A. So, why don't we get started with the festival playlist and show the guys what's coming up?
Okay. Cool. So Torben's got the controller, but we're going to talk through festival playlist. So as you might imagine, the theme for the update is Horizon's birthday. And because all 4 of the Horizon games have been released around the same time of year, we're paying tribute to all 4 of them, starting with Horizon 1. So here in summer, this week is all about Horizon 1. You can see there the weekly Forza features the Viper, and ID.R UI artist, he's done a great job there of trying to recreate the Horizon 1 box art to evoke those memories. And the eagle-eyed among you, I'm sure have already spotted the McLaren 600 LT is available as the 50% reward in summer. That's a new and exclusive car. And as usual, we're going to walk through those in more detail in a moment. So let's have a look. We've got Mustang versus Mustang. Again, homage to the first showcase event ever in Horizon. I'm sure fond memories of that. So you'll be able to win the number 25 RTR Mustang from that event. And we've got a returning showcase remix. We're going for those 80s synth vibes with the jet black Lamborghini Countach versus the jet black Delta Wing Jet. And then you'll be able to grab the Chevy Camaro, which is normally a wheel spin car from the Summer Games. What else we got? Oh yeah, if you're just starting out at Horizon and you're after that yellow wristband in the Horizon Heats, you can pick up a Honda Civic 84. And I'm sure fans will remember that Darius Flint used to drive the Ferrari 599. So you'll be able to grab that from a championship we've got called Race Central. And
This is the second time the 599's been up for grabs, right?
that's right, and it's one of our returning reward cars. It's a little easier to get the second time around, and make sure you get it because it's one of the fastest cars in the game, the XX Evolution version anyway. And then we've got there's a snake in my boot, so named because it features Shelby, the classic American brand, and their logo is of course a snake. So and you can win the vintage racing suit, so you can look the part while you're driving it around.
Is that connected to Horizon 1?
Well, it's set in the USA, isn't it? Where Shelby's
Sure.
from. Anyway, week 2 all about Horizon 2. So we've got the Hurricane, the cover car from Horizon 2, and in this week from Festival Playlist you'll be able to pick up a John Cooper Works Mini and the Koenigsegg 1.1. I think the Mini hasn't been out since the mini month of May, which was Series 9. So yeah, and then in the trial we've got Ice A10. Do you remember what that's from, Mike?
Of course, yeah, that was the tone video at the start of the game with the lady sort of semi-hypnotising you.
Yeah, that's it. So when she said 10, that was it. You arrived at Horizon, and how better to capture that spirit than allow you to drive whatever you want, so long as it's S2 class. And from it, you'll be able to win the brand new Volkswagen ID.R, which is their all-electric hill climbing record-breaking car.
So if you get your 599 from summer,
Yes, you can totally use that
some
in
horrible
this
shenanigans
trial.
on it to make a 998 S2 version of that and clean up here.
And then totally in fitting with the Horizon 2 era, you can win the Dab emote. You could also get the Jeep Wrangler Diverti design. This came out a couple of series ago, I think it's Series 11, and it was in a really difficult to beat trial. So again, coming around a lot easier this time. So again, make sure you get it because that's a great off-road cross-country car. Is this the way to Castelletto? That will bag you the Alfa Romeo 8C Forza Edition. And Eurobeat intensifies. That championship features retro saloons, and you can win yourself a Mercedes-Benz E63. And then winter is Horizon 3. So we've got the Centenario there as the weekly Forzathon.
I love the subtle hint. The Opus hint.
Yes. Yeah.
and obviously my immediate first assumption about Australia is winter.
Blizzard Mountain, of course. Yes. Anyway, our next exclusive car up for grabs here is the Ford F-150 Diverti design. It's like a foot wider than the regular F-150. It's a great off-roader. You can pick up a Aventador FE from the Lamborghini Cup. We've got a nod to Hot Wheels there with the Bone Shaker, and we've got
the Falcon.
Yeah, so this is a championship for Australian vehicles where you can win the Ford XB Falcon.
Yeah, last of the V8 Interceptor.
That's right, yep.
Definitely.
And of course, Horizon 3 was the first game to have street races in it, so you can do a midnight battle here, and that race was against M3, I believe, wasn't it? The first street.
E36 M3.
So there you go, you can win an M3 from that championship. And then in spring, last but not least, this is homage to Horizon 4. So we've got the Pontiac GTO and the Chevy Impala, which you can upgrade to be like a patrol car, great cars. The Forzathon is all about McLaren Senna. Welcome to the Horizon Festival. You can win yourself a chicken suit from the trial.
Of course.
And then we've got a new showcase remix called Contest of Giants, and this is featuring the Chevy Colorado ZR2 against the Hovercraft. First time we've remixed the Behemoth showcase. So make sure you complete that if you want to make progress on your star card. And we've got the Reventon FE for a Spring Developer Championship. We've got some Developer and Community Championships returning. Old Blighty is a championship for all British vehicles, S2 class. So if you've won one of the McLarens already, you'll be able to put it to good use in this and win yourself a Morris Traveller. And then last but not least, the McLaren Cup is where you can pick up our last new and exclusive car, the 720S Spider.
Nice. So why don't we take a look at some of these cars? I mean,
Absolutely.
I know some of those who did actually have a look at Tulban Tuesday, they did guess a few of these. There was a few, conspiracy theories and different things, but some of these was guessed. And of course, we did have the Spider, despite people thinking it was Halloween related. No, it is actually this car. So should we give it a check?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those hints weren't particularly juicy because the fish has a long tail.
Well, hey, we had quite a few people say variations of that, guessing some other types of cars, but no, it was in fact the long tail.
So So this is the Spider version of the 720S. It's an amazing car. Having the roof down just lets you hear things a bit more as well, and show off your chicken suit a bit better. As I drive into the wall.
It's a beautiful disco-coloured chicken suit that goes. Nice.
Goes well with the green colour of this car.
I mean, how else do you celebrate without
colours, I guess.
getting up in your chicken suit?
This is it's a 720S without a roof. So McLaren's carbon monocoque's so stiff that pulling the roof off doesn't actually affect the car in any way. So it drives the same as a...
So no reinforcement at all to the chassis to accommodate the roof box. Wow.
So yeah, I think that's the same with all their monocoques. So if we have a look at some of our other cars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you had it there.
And then, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the other McLaren, so it's a couple of McLarens this series to celebrate, obviously, our year, with the Senna being our cover car. This is, I know, a hotly requested car. So this is the track version of these 570S. So it's about 600 horsepower, 600 PS, I think it is.
Am I dreaming it, or is there like a texture difference on the rear spoiler?
There is. Perfect timing.
Oh, beautiful.
I was about to say that was.
So as you can see, the exhaust point's right at the rear wing, and
The top exit exhaust is amazing.
the carbon fibre wing would obviously not do so well with flames going over it. So it's got a slightly different carbon fibre finish on it that's heat resistant. Also aids downforce.
But so the exhaust puts downforce on the car?
Yep.
Nice.
It feels like cheating.
Yeah.
You see the fire shooting out of there, especially a jetpack forcing the car down towards the road surface.
So yeah, much more kind of track-orientated version of the 570, so more downforce, lighter, much stiffer. This is an amazing car. Just drives really well. The 570 has a really kind of playfulness to it. McLaren's target wasn't to chase lap times, and it's kind of similar to the 600. It's track-focused, but it's still a very playful car. Put it into a wall.
So this has been one of the most requested from the community as well, hasn't it?
This has been very requested, yeah, so it's great to finally bring it in.
Remind us, Matt, how do they get this one? Is it?
The 600 LT was 50% completion on Summit.
Yeah, so don't sleep on it. So that's
That's
next week.
the season changeover.
So the other rather hot car of the series is the ID.R, Volkswagen ID.R. So the version we've got is the car that absolutely dominated Pikes Peak. It blew the current record away. So this is all electric. It's 670 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and makes a lot of downforce. You can probably tell with
Got a pretty big wing there, isn't it?
it's quite a big rear wing on it, yeah.
You were saying some quite interesting things about this earlier, like obviously the air is quite thin at the top of Pikes Peak, so you do need all this downforce to glue it to the road.
Yeah, so Pikes Peak goes between 9,000 and 14,000 feet, so the air is really thin up there, hence all the mad aero on it. When you bring this down to sea level, it makes more downforce, but it has way more drag. So we're running it in the Pikes Peak trim, but our Horizon 4 map is roughly at sea level, so it makes a lot of downforce, but it's also quite draggy. So it tops out about 150 mile an hour, but it'll go around the entire map at 150 mile an hour.
Yes. We were looking at upgrades on this earlier, and I noticed that it does in fact have a rally spec.
You can put rally parts on
And
it.
if we just look at it from the side, if you like just park it, that. So you were saying something about that skirt there, right?
Yeah, so again, to produce more downforce. So to give context, this makes twice the downforce of our cover car. So it's a huge amount of downforce. And it's things like the side skirts, which are kind of just tipping over slightly, that are helping keep air under the car. The more air going under the car, the faster the air, the lower the pressure. It's sucking it down, along with the giant splitter and the giant rear wing. So it's really, yeah, this could do the classic driving upside down. It makes that much downforce. It's 1,100 kilos. I think it's about 1,500 kilos of downforce, somewhere like that.
Like you described the classic driving upside down, like, you know.
Just casual.
Like every,
The old frat party challenge. Driving the car upside down.
probably shouldn't do that in front. So yeah,
But that skirt on the side, doesn't that like technically make it like a ground effect vehicle?
it is like a ground effect car.
So there is another ground effect vehicle in our game.
The hovercraft.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
No, you're not going to brace this against the hovercraft. Don't think it's going to fare too well on that route.
okay. I mean, when we did look at it, the rally spec raised it. What was it?
1.8 inches.
1.8 inches up.
But
Oh,
it does
wow.
help it.
Robin, if you build it, it'll be too late for Chris to take it out.
I was about to say, I was like, to find out.
Into the schedule.
But we do have another car that would be usable for that showcase. So also this series, we've got the DeBerti Brothers F-150 pre-runner. So a pre-runner is a more luxurious kind of Baja car. So when you're going out doing big off-road racing, you build yourself a pre-runner to, in a bit more comfort, drive the routes and do your pace notes. Right. So we've got this amazing thing. So if we go inside, it's still got the full interior, but it's got the full-on roll cage, some nice wooden trim.
That would have been an optional extra.
So it's a full-on trophy truck in terms of the suspension and tyres, things like that. It's got an 800 horsepower engine in it, so
The fan unit on the back. What is that?
the fans, they will be for one of the radiators on it to cool them, because in behind the cab you don't get much airflow, so you
Right.
have to use fans to pull the air through the coolers.
It also has 4 giant subwoofers in there, just in case.
Because you can.
Yeah.
Well,
Why not? I mean, who doesn't, right?
yeah, when you're pre-running the Baja 1000, you may as well do it at comfort.
Wow.
So you can have this for going against the hovercraft.
Okay.
Is that a challenge?
No, I think Torben's challenge is to use the ID.R for the hovercraft.
Okay. No promises there.
Oh, look at this thing, it'll just go anywhere.
And where did we get this?
You guys are testing me today.
Sorry, I didn't throw you under the.
This was 50%
Spotlight
in
right there.
winter,
Yes.
so the Horizon 3 anniversary week. Yeah, you'll be able to get that.
Looks like the kind of thing that would just.
Because it looks like the trophy truck from the start of Horizon 3. Is that your?
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
The key answer.
Whoa! It'll just be good in the snow.
Front flip.
Nice.
Oh, I was going to land it.
Right.
So yeah, some great cars this series.
I was about to say, I'm sure the community will be very pleased. A few of these, they have been trying to guess on when they did figure them out. They were really excited, so it's nice that we can reveal these to the community. But moving on to also another Torben Tuesday hint, which actually was
Yes.
the first to be picked, was...
Well,
so we-
yes, again, it wasn't very
well,
subtle.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's quite obvious. But,
Like 2 cars and then an equal sign and then a bag full of money.
I mean, profit? But yeah, we've got a feature which was requested by the community for a long time, is for those that had, duplicate cars in the wheel spins, what do we do with them?
Okay.
So,
Well, let's find out.
should we show them off?
Yes. So let us let's roll a wheel. Let's take a wheel spin that we prepared earlier. So and of course this isn't going to give me a car because
No.
Of course not. Like, why would you expect this to work
Why
live?
did you do that?
let's try a super wheel spin then. Okay, and this
we
is
go.
just going to be
It's
not.
gonna be 3 horns.
Also, I think we debug unlocked all of the clothing, so yeah, you're probably going to get a lot of credit.
No.
I mean, you have the chicken. You don't
Only got
need
10
anything
more
else.
left though.
Yes.
Oh, please.
Well, we're on a
We have to get a car. There we go.
There we go.
Taxi!
Hey.
Where's cars?
Okay, so we're going to say collect the prize. Now,
There you go.
because I have this car, I have some new options. I can either add it to my garage or I can sell it for half of its value. So I'm going to get that for my Morris Minor.
Just got that to your garage. Get that on the auction house. Don't be taking 10k for that.
But I mean, that's explicitly why you have the choice there, right? Because some cars have a really low auto show value, but are massively valuable on the auction house.
So,
Yeah, so that's obviously a car that wouldn't be super expensive to buy in real life, but it's kind of hard to get in Horizon 4. Yeah.
Yeah, because outside of Wheelspin, the only way to get it is once from completing the Horizon story. So.
is there any point when that might not pop up? Because
Yes.
obviously,
So there is one situation where you can't, where you don't get the option, and that is if you are in a time-limited multiplayer situation, like you're in the middle of an adventure and you get some wheel spins and you need to take them there, specifically so you can't stop everyone while you're sitting waiting to make a decision. So in that situation, it adds the car to your garage. But that's the only place where it doesn't work. So. 19 grand for a 131 Abarth.
so just to clarify, because I know a lot of people have been asked this question, it's half, 50%.
It's half the auto show price.
Nice. Let's see if you get it again. No. Anyway. think we'll leave that there for that one. So guys, I know a few of you have been sending in some photos. We recently did a competition for you guys, which I think the theme was just updates. So we asked you to send a photo regarding each update, which we've done in the past year. We had quite a lot sent through, quite a significant amount. So thanks again for sending those. Don't forget, keep an eye on our Twitter, which is at We Are Playground Games. So I know we are at We Are Playground, and you'll be able to keep an eye and you'll be able to send some more for the next stream. So why don't we take a look? Thanks again, guys, for sending them through. There was an amazing bunch there. One of my favourite was PGG Duffman. That was a really nice angle, which you took on the photos. What about you guys? Do you see any that you sort of liked?
Yeah, I think the game tag was Turnbull 119. He was in the Mini bothering a sheep, which I think is most.
I think we've all done
I think
that.
everyone can relate to that Forza Horizon 4 experience. So yeah, it's good.
Any of you guys just spot
Yeah,
one?
there was one FRT Luan where it was the Aston Martin in the autumn leaves. That was really nice.
Really
Good job
pretty.
on that one.
Yeah. Any of you?
W89, the Ram Rebel on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
The sky in that was just beautiful.
Yeah. No, I know. W89, he's quite a common creator, and he literally sends them through every month. And I'm going to be honest, they're really good. And even, I just want to point out, even our UI artist that does some of our asset shots, like, commented himself that he was a big fan of them. So keep them up, because actually it's starting to get a bit too good. Like, we're getting that competition going now between our UI artists.
No, it actually freaked out at one of them, the one by Local Alien with the Top Gear truck on it.
Oh, yeah.
That looks
Lovely.
almost exactly like a picture that I put in the slide deck that we used when we discussed this internally. So it's like, but yes.
It's stunning.
It's
stunning.
Stuff.
It's good stuff.
So guys, we're going to take a look what's coming up the show, because I know a bunch of you have just joined, so let's have a look. So left off is our route blueprint recap. We'll give you some more information regarding what's coming up. Also, we've got some brand new achievements for you guys. We've got some year-to-date information and giving a recap of the past 12 months. And we'll finish off with those important information with our updates and fixes. And if there's any time left, we might be running a bit short from time. We will answer some questions. So guys, why don't we give another recap of the route blueprint, because that should hopefully be coming up this series.
Yes, I firmly hope so. Yes, so on the last stream, you looked at the improvements to how we create routes. I don't think you were on that stream, Mike, right?
No, I was not here.
I was about to say we could give Mike an intro of.
You
All right.
have a drive of it, and I will talk about it while you do that. So this is only one of the route blueprint things that we're doing in this update, but really this was something that we knew we wanted to do, but we wanted to make sure that the way we were approaching it was something that made sense and kind of aligned with how fans were using it as well to create routes. So if you just kind of drop a checkpoint here and just make like a straight sprint up through the top of the festival there. So because we've all made, ooh, that's nice. It's checkpoint placement ever. That's actually a great example. Okay, and if you just kind of drop an endpoint at the end there.
Okay.
And something that we've seen when we were making developer championships as well is that once you've you need to be a little bit further away from the one behind you. There you go. Drop it now. Place the finish line. At this point, you would have to test it and then see what it was like. But already at this point we can see, well, maybe that isn't going to be great. So let's edit some checkpoints. Obviously, and it feels stupid to say this, but you can only edit checkpoints if you place checkpoints.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can jump through your checkpoints. You can adjust the width. Doesn't really make sense to do it here. But what you could do from a point maybe a little bit further up the route, you could say, okay, I don't actually want my route to end here. I want to change it up. So if you
Sorry, I was just jumping through them.
yeah. So maybe do it from here. Just hit X, create new route from here,
Righty.
and then say yes to this. And this will just put you back into driving mode. And now you can resume creating the route from that checkpoint.
Neat.
So there's situations where you maybe had a checkpoint where the AI were binning it, or it was too tight, or you just weren't happy with the final part of it. You can roll back and fix it. It allows you to fully change the route up. So if you made a point-to-point, you can turn it into a circuit, and vice versa. So I know it's something that a lot of the content creators were aware of, this kind of frustration where you had to do all the work and then redo it all again. And it's been great to talk with them about kind of some of our thoughts, and it's here and it's going in. Nice. So we've also just done some more general kind of neatening up. If you go forward to a couple of the checkpoints a little bit further down, you can see some of the...
Let's not dawdle on that one.
Let's not dawdle. But we've neatened up the flow so that you can quit more elegantly. Just a bunch of that quality of life stuff. If you go up, so you can't widen these because they're constrained in.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you can change checkpoints at any point along it. And then once you've finished editing this, you would then test it as previously, and then drive it with driver tasks. Fits into the flow as previously.
So just to confirm, this is in the next update, which, for those wondering, I know a lot of people tend to ask, the update will be coming in, rolling out to players within the next day or so, so don't forget, keep a look on your Xbox or PC, check if there's any updates, and obviously we'll give more information on our socials when it does go live.
Absolutely. So if you just drive through this, and then we can quit out on the other side, because there is more route blueprint and route discovery goodness in this update. With one caveat, we're running on a dev server here, so there are in fact no routes and blueprints to discover. So I will talk through how they work, and then once they go live, people will be able to see the goodness in action.
So this new feature, which obviously we're going to show people in a second, don't want to say too much just yet. It's something that was, as you said, requested by a lot of creators, just to make things a little bit easier for both themselves and us, because we do search for routes, and we like to find them. So hopefully this should help everyone just to make things a little easier. Right. So I'm quite excited to show.
So if I can just have the controller back, I will talk through the next bit. Right. So what we've added in is, really in line with the way that you can search for liveries and tunes, the ability to go in and say, okay, I want to be quite specific with the kind of thing I'm looking for. So let's imagine that you wanted to go looking for events in summer that were road racing events, and you didn't care about the car category, but you absolutely wanted it to be X-Class. This is a way for you to go in and just filter really cleanly into something specific. And it covers a multitude of sins. For example, car categories. You can say, okay, by manufacturer, countries, decades, the Horizon special categories. Just a whole bunch of flexibility to go in and find buckets of cool stuff.
What's that at the bottom, Tobin?
This is really cool. This is a 9-digit code. Put that 9-digit code in on any event blueprint, including ones that you've created in the past. That was a fun thing to get working. But any event blueprint that you've previously created can generate a 9-number code, and give that code to anyone. They pump it in here, and they will get that event.
How do I make it generate a code?
You click right-click on it when you view it in any of the places where you can see event blueprints. Nice. So I'm not sure which of these two I'm more excited about, actually, because I'm a bit of a search nerd. But it's going to be great.
I'll help you out there. Everybody watching this, tweet at Torben with your 9-digit code for the favourite. And he'll play them all, and we'll pick the best ones and play them on the next stream.
Sure, definitely play some.
Well, you'll know what's happening next stream.
Okay.
But
cool.
But yeah, so I like you say, it'd be great if people do actually, on an actual note, people should send them us, because then we can check them out, because we are looking, which also brings me back to the next information, which is we actually have a competition coming up for you guys relating to this blueprint feature which we're bringing in. Okay. So there will be more information on our Twitters. I will make sure it's posted on the forums as well, and the Discord, which if you want to join the Discord, it's aka.ms/Forza Discord, and the forums is forzamotorsport.net. We're not going to give you too much information, but what it is, we're going to have 4 different types of routes with various car options. Obviously, it's going to be very specific, roughly about 5 to 10 minutes route, and that's all I'm going to say for now. So keep an eye on socials, and you'll see more about that competition this Thursday.
And in the future, we could be in a place where we ask people to make routes while we're on the stream. And see what kind of madness people can put together. If
oh no! Are you sure you want to give them that power?
That's going to be great. It's going to be great.
What could go wrong?
Internal screaming. Right. Let's move on to the next thing, which is achievements. So as some of you might notice on the Tobin Tuesday as well, we did put some figures up on there, and we've got some 11 brand new achievements, which total 250 G. So there is various ones. We've got a lot of them to just finish the chapters of the Top Gear. We've also got some of the chapters of the car files. We've got various achievements for our seasonal championships, and also festival playlist achievements just for you guys, just for completed basically 100%.
A thing to keep in mind is that these are retroactive. So if you have managed the Herculean tasks, and someone has, of actually pulling off 100% on festival playlist, then there are achievements waiting for you.
Excellent.
Yes.
Herculean task. That's a perfectly reasonable thing to ask players to do every single month.
What, you don't do that?
Yes. Cool.
But yeah, that should give all the achievement hunters there some extra D in the achievement. So keep an eye on for them. Anyway, moving on as well, I think next is our updates and fixes. Nope, never mind, that's later. So, following on, we'd like to thank our players. So we want to show you something which we've created for you guys to show you what we've been able to provide you within the past 12 months. But the point is here, we want to thank you all for all your time within the game. It's been a fantastic 12 months. I think everyone here is, we've all been saying the moments that Horizon has created, not only for us, but for you guys, the players, have been phenomenal. And I know a few of you sent some stories in. I did send them around the teams, and it's been thoroughly a great past 12 months to spend with you guys. And we can't wait to show you what's coming up, moving forward. And as you can see here, we've got you guys a graphic of all the content that we've provided, and we hope you have enjoyed it, because it's been phenomenal. We've got
what is this content update for ads?
For what?
No. Now we can actually see what it's showing off.
There you go. Oh, for ads. So these are ads. I was like,
no, not for ads. Well,
okay. Anyway, let's take a look at the graphic.
So as you can see, there's our first expansion, Fortune Island, which actually was December last year. So we're coming up to it. I mean, it's only October next month, so that's very, very close to coming up a year, which we did the Fortune Island launch, which was great. Got a Horizon Live Timeline Star Card, which we recently added. We were saying ourselves that like the mini month of May, which we'll show you in a minute.
Feels like just yesterday.
It literally seems like last month, and we realised nope, that's
4 months
5 months ago.
Yeah, I think it's worth just looking at some of the frankly Herculean numbers on these as well. About like a full year's worth of daily challenges and weekly Forza-thons.
Yep.
The kind of numbers that when we were designing these features before ship, it seemed a little bit crazy. Matt had to make all 352 of those Forza-thon daily, so I hope you enjoyed them.
Yes. And some of the new stuff that we added in, Drift Adventure, we spoke about that, Free-for-all Adventure, Class-based Rivals.
Seasonal playground games as well. Just such it was such a kind of a small thing, really, but it's been so popular since we've had it in. It's just always one of our most popular events.
And then the numbers, right? 76 exclusive cars that we just...
Yep, all free cars we've added to the game.
Free. Yeah, I think that's one of the great things about this graphic, when you kind of zoom out to get the full view. Everything in here, except for the 2 expansions and the car pass cars, was delivered for free. So all unlocked either just for everybody or unlocked through gameplay in some way. So
there, right?
Yeah, I think, so you've got car pass and the 2 expansions.
Yep.
Everything else we've managed to deliver for free. So, I hope you've enjoyed playing it as much as we've enjoyed making it.
Yeah, and as you saw at the bottom there, it says we're not done yet.
Nope, much more to come. But that's, I guess, all we can say for now.
Yeah, it really does look like you're going to lead into talking about something else.
I know, but, yeah.
Anyway, tune in next month.
Wait till Torben Tuesday. But yeah, we'll keep you guys with information with that. So we will now move on to our updates and fixes that are some which I know a bunch of you in the community have been letting us know about. And I do want to emphasize, please, as the t-shirt says, submit a ticket because it does help us and we get to do these fixes such as the following. We've recently, there was an issue with the festival playlist percentage. We have changed that now. Some of the steps is you open the festival playlist, you got to view the history, make sure you select your series from as it will backfix it, and hopefully then that should then give you the correct percentage, because I know a few people were about 10% out. It happened quite randomly. I don't think a lot of players have it, but we did notice it and get that fixed for you guys.
And they've just got to enter that screen and that should update it and refresh it.
Yes, yeah. So they enter the series, they basically take a look at the sort of past sort of percentages, and that should backfix the thing. So yeah, that should fix it for you guys. We've also
the distance travel stat.
Yes, so people were just getting random numbers.
Finally got to the end of that one. Yeah, I was really keen to get that one fixed. I'm so glad we did it because people were saying, I can't complete the Forza-thon, it's not tracking the distance driven. And yeah, we finally got to the bottom of that one and sorted it. So
it's a real rabbit hole, that one.
Yeah.
Moving on to another one is the showcases. I know there was a bit of an issue of the star card. So, for example, a lot of players were sending us imageries, which, don't forget, screenshots are really helpful. I know a few people tweeted us out and sent them on the Discord and the support site. Please send them to the support site. That you might have, for example, 4 or 5 out of 5, you're just getting random numbers for the showcase remixes, but you weren't having the same amount for your standard showcases. This should now be fixed, but you do possibly need to replay one of the showcases to fix this. So just replay one of them, and obviously that should then rectify that. Also, there was a few people who would get stuck on the festival playlist when you first reach the Horizon roster, but that should also be fixed. Also got some fixes regarding the player houses stat, because apparently that was also not updating, so we've got that sorted. And there was a livery issue on the taxi, which was making some of the decals disappear. We've also fixed that, and as usual, we've tried to improve the stability and performance for you guys. And yeah, I think that should cover all our updates, fixes. Don't forget, you can find more information on our release notes and known issues. So keep an eye on the sports site for them. They will be posted on our @Forza_support Twitter as well. So keep an eye. And I think that's all the time we've got for today. I think we're coming to the end now. So thanks, guys, again for joining me on the sofa. You guys who are watching, don't forget, please stick around, because if you tune over to Mixer, if you're not already, and make sure you're signed into your Microsoft account and watching the Mixer stream, we're about to go live into Forza Monthly right here on the Playground Games sofa as well, and you will get a gift. So we will be gifting everyone who watches on Mixer. We won't tell you what that is, because we'll leave that to be a bit of a surprise. I've heard it really is. So make sure you stick around, get over to Mixer, make sure you're logged in correctly on your Mixer account associated with your Xbox Live, which you play Forza Horizon 4 on, and you'll have that incoming.
Great.
So thanks again, guys.
I didn't know there was a gift. I need to go sign into
Yeah, you need to do that now, like, quick.
Okay. You guys look genuinely excited about it. I genuinely don't know what it is.
Oh, wait. Before we do end, I've just realised we do have some questions which we better answer before we end, because I didn't realise the time. So we will answer some questions. Sorry, guys, but also please sign in over to Mixer while we answer these questions.
Definitely get that done. Before you signed in.
Yeah, no, we all need to rush off and do that right now. Is there any online championships in the expansions? I know this actually gets quite oftenly asked about online in our expansions.
I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, that's online. Online champions isn't really a game term. No, there is not online adventure.
No.
Yes, there are seasonal events that you can play multiplayer if you wish to.
Mm-hmm.
I think answers that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the same question which comes up every stream.
New body kit.
Chris, is there new body kits?
Nothing I can confirm at the minute, but we are looking to do something there.
Okay. Leave it as that. Guys, soon. Any plans for dealing with the Bone Shaker?
Okay. So we're looking into what we can do in terms of managing the cars that can sign up for some events. Still early days. When we know more about that and how we'll do it, we'll discuss it.
I know we brought it up on the last stream. We're still looking into it. We have made some progress, but yeah, nothing we can really say with confidence just yet. I'm sure something will come soon.
Yep. Next question is, will you still add new cars to the game? Well, I mean, we just showed you, we're not done yet. There is still many months ahead, so keep an eye, guys. I mean, keep sending in those car wishes on the wish list thread on the forum. Keep letting us know, and who knows? Who knows for the future?
I tell you, next series should be a good one.
Ooh. Nice. And
Has there been a series ever where you wouldn't have said that?
No, I love all cars. But these ones in particular are good.
Okay, all right.
Okay, we'll believe you, Chris. And also, when will the update go live? So, guys, the update will go live to players. It'll be rolling out within the next day or so. Please keep an eye on your Xbox and PC. Sometimes you do need to go on to manage game and add-ons to see the update. Sometimes it does come up for some players, so just keep an eye.
That's particularly true on Windows 10, so do keep an eye on the updates there.
Yeah, I know some people just restart and it sort of all starts up the update, but some players do have to go in and manually. I think I've done it before. I've done both, so just make sure you keep an eye on socials. Because even we don't know when it goes live. There isn't a set time. That's why we like to say that it rolls out to players. It will be within the next day or so. So don't worry, it will be coming. Yep.
Great.
And I think that's all the questions we have for the moment. So
looking over at the people with the questions, if there's anything else.
Anything else, guys? Nope, they're shaking their heads with the party hats. I love that some of them do have party hats on, guys. Everyone's celebrating today. It's great. But thanks again to you guys watching, because like you say, you've tuned in to every. I know a lot of you tune into every stream every month. You tune into Forza Monthlies. You've got all the additional streams that they do over on Turn 10, which is pretty awesome. And we can't do these streams without you guys and without the feedback that you give us and the contribution, and we really do hope that you enjoy the game as much as we like making it. I think that's it. And does anyone else have anything to say?
I'm looking forward to the future. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very good. So
stay tuned in now. Forza Monthly coming in about 10 minutes, so don't go anywhere.
I'm about to say, in this, go get your Mixer accounts logged in, and we'll see you guys soon. See you later.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Play it.